In this week's Frosty Friday challenge, we're looking at a feature most starters overlook, SnowSQL. SnowSQL is an alternative interface for connecting to Snowflake to execute queries and perform all DDL and DML operations, including loading data into and unloading data out of database tables. We'll use it for one of its best known features, the bulk loading feature from an internal stage. The sales manager says it'll only take about 2 minutes. So we're pretty clear that it will take at least 15. We're going to start by downloading a zip file containing the comma separated value files, install SnowSQL, connect to the Snowflake instance, bulk load the files ending with a 1 while skipping any erroneous files. So what does the zip file look like? 1,000 different files prefixed with data_batch_1 followed by the file number. Within each CSV file, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 different columns: ID, first name, last name, email, gender, IP address, with the first row being the header. This will come into play as we set the parameters when loading data into a stage and onto a Snowflake table. For this challenge, I am using Snowflake's extension for Visual Studio Code. I'll post a link in the description if you'd like to follow along. Once you've specified the account, your URL, username, and password, we'll next want to configure the environment, specifying the role, database, schema, and warehouse. With that, we're all set to tackle the exercise. So we'll start by creating an internal stage, which is one of 2 stage types, internal and external. From here, we can list files in the newly created stage. As we'd expect, the results panel shows no results. So why don't we go ahead and use the put command to load data from the local file directory and onto the stage. You'll want to specify the file path along with the file name. Now this will be unique to each individual depending on where the file is within your local machine. You'll also notice that we have a wildcard search. In essence, saying search for any file prefixed with the word data_batch_ followed by the number 1. Given we have 1,000 files, this may or may not take time to fully execute. I'm using an extra small warehouse for Frosty Friday challenges. If you'd like to speed up the process, a larger warehouse, small, medium, large, can be used. Once the put command has been executed, we can go ahead and list the files in the stage. And now we see multiple results returned in the set. From here, we can create a table with 6 different columns: ID, first name, last name, email, gender, and IP address, matching those in the CSV, along with specifying the data type for each: string. We're now going to move data from the stage to the Snowflake table using the all-important copy into command, along with the file format specifying the file type, the field delimiter, as well as the skip header argument. On error, specified to skip file, tells Snowflake to move on to the next error-free file without aborting the statement completely, which is the default behavior. So should any one of the 1,000 files be of a different structure then that's specified within the file format, this command will essentially just move on to the next one, to the next file that is. Let's go ahead and query our Snowflake table. And in the result set, we see that each value in the cell is enclosed by double quotes. To remove this, we can go ahead and rerun the copy into command while specifying the parameter field optionally enclosed by and the hex code for double quotes 0x22. And what do we get here? An error telling us the number of columns in file does not match that of the corresponding table. Use file format option to ignore this error. Rerunning the query, we see a numeric value is not recognized. So let's go ahead and actually truncate the table, i.e., or in other words, remove all of the data and start from scratch. Let's now try and rerun our copy into command and query our results. And with that, we have a clean set of data, having completed the exercise. Thank you for the time, and as they say in my hometown, don't forget to be awesome!